In the tumultuous realm of human interactions and the constant clamor of daily life, kindness is frequently extolled as the highest virtue. Yet, beneath this popular belief lies a more intricate truth. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy dedicated to the art of self-mastery, challenges us to reconsider our assumptions. It urges us to explore the shadows where unchecked kindness can actually become a liability. Let us embark on an exploration of how well-intentioned benevolence, when not tempered by wisdom, can spiral into a force of personal destruction. At first glance, kindness appears to be a straightforward and universally positive trait. It is often celebrated as the hallmark of moral excellence and emotional intelligence. However, Stoicism teaches us that virtues, when practiced without discernment, can turn into their own undoing. An unbridled commitment to kindness can lead to situations where one's generosity is exploited or misinterpreted, ultimately resulting in harm rather than the intended good. Consider the scenario where kindness morphs into self-sacrifice. An individual who constantly prioritizes the needs of others without regard for their own well-being may find themselves depleted and overwhelmed. The Stoic perspective warns that neglecting one's own needs and boundaries in the name of kindness can erode one's resilience and self-worth, paving the way for personal ruin. Moreover, unchecked kindness can sometimes lead to the reinforcement of unhealthy patterns. When individuals habitually seek to please others or avoid conflict at all costs, they may inadvertently support behaviors that undermine their own values and integrity. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining one's principles and not allowing kindness to become a means of avoiding necessary confrontations or enforcing detrimental behaviors. Another peril of unrestrained kindness is the potential for enabling dependency. When kindness is extended indiscriminately, it can foster a reliance on others that stifles their growth and independence. Stoic philosophy suggests that true benevolence involves fostering self-sufficiency and empowering others rather than perpetuating a cycle of dependence that ultimately weakens both parties. Furthermore, the Stoic lens reveals that kindness can sometimes mask a deeper desire for validation. If acts of kindness are performed primarily to gain approval or recognition, they lose their genuine essence and become a means to an end. This insidious shift from selfless giving to self-serving actions can erode one's character and compromise personal integrity. Another aspect to consider is how excessive kindness can distort perceptions of reality. When individuals are overly accommodating, they may overlook or excuse behaviors that are detrimental or harmful. The Stoic approach teaches the importance of clear judgment and the courage to confront unpleasant truths, rather than allowing a misplaced sense of kindness to cloud one's vision and decision-making. Number 1. The mask of approval. The pursuit of approval often disguises itself as kindness, transforming a virtue into a masked agenda. When we act not out of genuine compassion but to earn validation, we lose touch with our authentic selves. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher known for his profound insights into human nature, encapsulates this notion succinctly. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. True progress and wisdom lie in the courage to be ourselves, even if it means appearing unremarkable or misunderstood. The quest for external validation can subtly undermine our personal growth. Instead of focusing on self-improvement, we become preoccupied with how our actions are perceived by others. This shift in focus dilutes the authenticity of our kindness, transforming it into a mere performance designed to win favor. In essence, our actions, once driven by genuine care, now cater to the whims of others' opinions. Epictetus's advice highlights a crucial element of personal growth: the willingness to be judged. Genuine wisdom and improvement often require stepping outside the comfort zone of public approval. This means embracing the possibility of being misunderstood or even criticized. When we prioritize personal integrity over the fleeting comfort of approval, we align ourselves with a deeper, more meaningful purpose. Kindness, when rooted in the desire for approval, becomes a tool of manipulation rather than a reflection of our true character. Authentic kindness should stem from an inner conviction, not from a need to be liked or admired. By shifting our focus from seeking approval to nurturing our personal values, we maintain our integrity and foster genuine connections with others. In this light, true wisdom involves a radical honesty with oneself. It requires acknowledging that our self-worth is not contingent upon the accolades or approval of others. Instead, it is grounded in our commitment to personal growth and ethical principles. When we align our actions with these principles, we cultivate a sense of self-respect and fulfillment that external validation cannot provide. Ultimately, the challenge lies in distinguishing between kindness that enriches our lives and kindness that merely masks a desire for approval. The former nurtures our character and strengthens our relationships, while the latter undermines our authenticity and diverts us from our true path. Embracing Epictetus's wisdom, we can navigate this distinction with clarity and resolve, remaining true to ourselves regardless of external judgments. By embracing the path of genuine self-improvement and eschewing the lure of approval, we empower ourselves to lead lives of greater integrity and purpose. This journey requires not only courage, but also a steadfast commitment to our values, ensuring that our actions reflect our true selves rather than the fleeting desires for validation. Number 2, the trap of manipulation. In our daily interactions, kindness often emerges as a guiding light, illuminating the path to connection and empathy. However, this same virtue can also become a double-edged sword when wielded with ulterior motives. Those adept in the art of manipulation may use a guise of benevolence to subtly exploit our compassion and naivety. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, offers a poignant reminder of this peril. He asserts, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." This statement underscores the importance of discernment in distinguishing between genuine kindness and manipulative pretense. Manipulators are often skilled in masking their true intentions behind a veneer of generosity and care. They exploit our natural inclination to trust and be kind, weaving their deceptions with threads of apparent goodwill. This manipulation isn't always overt or aggressive. It can be subtle, manifesting as seemingly selfless acts that conceal a deeper agenda. Recognizing such tactics requires a keen awareness of our own values and the motivations of those around us. To guard against these subtle traps, we must cultivate an inner resilience and clarity. It's not merely about being wary, but about understanding the true nature of kindness and its manifestations. Genuine kindness is characterized by its consistency and absence of self-interest. It uplifts and supports without expecting anything in return, whereas manipulative kindness often serves to mask self-serving agendas. Moreover, the manipulation often preys on our vulnerabilities. When we are not aware of our own weaknesses or desires, we become susceptible to those who seek to exploit them. Therefore, it is crucial to develop a self-awareness that allows us to recognize when our kindness is being used against us. This self-awareness involves reflecting on our interactions and questioning the motives behind the kindness we receive. In protecting ourselves, we must also strive to preserve our sense of integrity and virtue. Marcus Aurelius's warning about avoiding the ranks of the insane reflects a broader principle of maintaining our inner peace and rationality amidst external chaos. We must remain steadfast in our values, not swayed by the superficial appeal of manipulated kindness. Navigating through the maze of human interactions requires more than just caution. It demands a balanced approach of vigilance and openness. By understanding the true essence of kindness and guarding against manipulation, we can protect our mental and emotional well-being. This approach not only shields us from being exploited, but also ensures that our own acts of kindness remain pure and genuine. Number 3, the erosion of self-worth. In our quest to be kind and considerate, we sometimes find ourselves treading a perilous path where our self-worth is gradually eroded. Seneca, the Roman Stoic philosopher, poignantly reminds us in his letters that, "No man is free who is a slave to his body." This statement highlights the danger of becoming so enmeshed in the needs and desires of others that we lose sight of our own intrinsic value. When our acts of kindness start to demand excessive self-sacrifice, they can subtly undermine our sense of self. Consider how often we sacrifice our own needs to please others, only to find ourselves feeling depleted and undervalued. This kind of self-neglect, while initially motivated by good intentions, can gradually erode our self-worth. We may become so focused on meeting others' expectations that we forget to honor and care for ourselves. The balance between generosity and self-preservation is delicate, and it's all too easy to tip the scales in a way that damages our own sense of inner strength. Seneca's wisdom challenges us to reflect on the nature of our kindness. True kindness should be an expression of our inner strength and a nurturing force for our soul, not a tool that drives us into a state of servitude. When our generosity turns into an unending cycle of self-sacrifice, it shifts from being an act of virtue to becoming a burden that erodes our self-worth. To practice kindness effectively, we must ensure that it does not come at the cost of our own well-being. This means setting boundaries and understanding that our own needs are not secondary to the desires of others. Kindness should enrich our lives and the lives of those we care about, not diminish our sense of self. By maintaining a healthy balance, we preserve our self-respect and sustain our ability to contribute positively to others. Seneca's cautionary words remind us that our sense of freedom and self-worth is intricately tied to how we manage our desires and obligations. We should strive to be kind, but not at the expense of our own integrity. A truly free person is one who exercises control over their own body and mind, not one who is enslaved by external pressures and expectations. As we navigate the complexities of kindness and self-sacrifice, let us remember that preserving our self-worth requires self-awareness and discernment. The goal is to foster relationships and offer support without compromising our own sense of value. By doing so, we not only enhance our own lives, but also become more effective in our kindness towards others. In essence, let kindness be a reflection of our inner strength rather than a means of self-erosion. By aligning our actions with our values and maintaining a balance between generosity and self-respect, we honor both ourselves and those we seek to help. Seneca's timeless wisdom serves as a guiding light in this journey, reminding us to cultivate kindness in a way that strengthens rather than diminishes our sense of self-worth. Number 4. The burden of expectations. Kindness is a virtue often celebrated and encouraged, but it comes with a hidden weight, the burden of expectations. When we extend kindness to others, it can create a set of expectations, both from those we help and from within ourselves. This burden, though not always visible, can be as heavy as any physical chain. The feeling of obligation can turn acts of kindness into a source of stress and pressure, rather than genuine, liberating deeds. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, wisely advised us to make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. This quote serves as a powerful reminder to focus on what we can control. In the context of kindness, it means that our actions should come from a place of genuine goodwill, not from a sense of duty or expectation. When we are kind because we feel we must be, we lose the freedom that makes our kindness meaningful. To act with true kindness, we must detach ourselves from the expectations of others. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or uncaring. Rather, it means ensuring that our kindness is an expression of our true selves. When our actions are driven by compulsion or the fear of disappointing others, they lose their authenticity. True kindness should flow naturally, unrestricted by the weight of anticipated reciprocation or approval. The invisible chains of obligation can be subtle, often masquerading as virtues like responsibility and generosity. However, if we are constantly giving because we feel we have to, we can become resentful and drained. This is not the essence of true kindness. Genuine kindness should replenish us, not deplete us. It should be a source of joy and satisfaction, not a cause for anxiety. Reflecting on Epictetus's wisdom, we can find a balance between kindness and self-preservation. By making the best use of what is in our power, our intentions, our actions, our willingness to help, we can maintain our inner peace and freedom. We accept that we cannot control how others perceive our kindness or what they expect from us. This acceptance liberates us, allowing us to be kind without the burden of expectation. It's important to recognize when our kindness is becoming a source of stress. This awareness can help us set healthy boundaries and prioritize our well-being. By doing so, we ensure that our kindness remains a positive force in our lives and the lives of those around us. Boundaries do not diminish our kindness. They enhance it by making it sustainable and genuine. In embracing this approach, we embody the true spirit of Stoicism. We act with kindness freely and intentionally, unbound by the invisible chains of obligation. By maintaining our liberty, we can offer kindness that is pure, heartfelt, and enduring. This is the essence of making the best use of what is in our power, and it leads to a more fulfilling and liberated way of living. Number 5. The fog of self-deception. Self-deception is a subtle yet powerful force that can obscure our true intentions, especially when it comes to acts of kindness. In our quest to be seen as virtuous, we often deceive ourselves into thinking we are acting out of pure goodness, when in reality, we may be avoiding uncomfortable truths or potential conflicts. This kind of self-deception creates a fog that clouds our judgment and hampers our growth. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wisely remarked, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." His words serve as a reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the urgency of genuine action. Aurelius implored us to confront the harsh realities of our existence and act with integrity, rather than hiding behind a facade of kindness that masks cowardice. To truly be kind, we must first be courageous. It is easy to confuse avoiding conflict with being kind, but true kindness often requires us to face uncomfortable situations head-on. When we avoid confrontation under the guise of kindness, we are not only deceiving ourselves but also doing a disservice to others. Genuine kindness involves telling the truth, even when it is difficult or uncomfortable, and standing up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. Self-deception can lead us down a path where we prioritize comfort over authenticity. This path is fraught with missed opportunities for growth and understanding. By confronting our own self-deception, we open ourselves to the possibility of genuine self-improvement. We become more aware of our true motivations and can align our actions with our deepest values. One of the key aspects of overcoming self-deception is introspection. Regularly reflecting on our actions and motivations allows us to identify when we are deceiving ourselves. This practice of self-examination is central to Stoic philosophy and helps us cultivate a life of virtue and authenticity. By being honest with ourselves, we can ensure that our kindness is rooted in strength, not weakness. Moreover, embracing the courage to be truly kind involves a willingness to accept the consequences of our actions. This means being prepared to face criticism, disagreement, and even hostility for the sake of honesty and integrity. It is through these challenges that we demonstrate true fortitude and embody the virtues that Stoicism teaches. In conclusion, the fog of self-deception can be a significant barrier to living a life of genuine kindness and virtue. By heeding the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and embracing courage, we can navigate through this fog and act with true integrity. It is in this courageous confrontation of truths, rather than the avoidance of them, that we find the essence of genuine kindness and the path to a virtuous life. Number 6. The destruction of boundaries. The concept of unchecked kindness leading to the dissolution of personal boundaries is a profound one, and it's something that Stoic philosophy warns against. In our pursuit to be kind, we often overlook the importance of maintaining our personal boundaries. This can lead to a vulnerability, where we inadvertently allow negative influences into our lives. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wisely advised, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This counsel underscores the necessity of being selective in our associations and maintaining clear boundaries. Seneca's words highlight a crucial aspect of Stoic wisdom, the need for discernment in our interactions. Being kind does not mean being indiscriminate in whom we allow into our lives. There is a delicate balance to be struck between kindness and self-preservation. By failing to protect our boundaries, we risk allowing toxic individuals to invade our personal space, which can lead to emotional and mental turmoil. This is not a call to be unkind, but rather to be wise and discerning in our kindness. Personal boundaries are like the walls of a fortress, safeguarding our inner peace and integrity. When we are overly kind without discernment, these walls can crumble, leaving us exposed to harm. It's important to recognize that not everyone who seeks our kindness deserves it. Some individuals may exploit our goodwill, leading to a gradual erosion of our boundaries. This is why the Stoics emphasize the importance of associating with people who uplift and improve us, rather than those who drain and diminish us. Being discerning in our kindness involves a deep understanding of our values and principles. It requires us to be firm in protecting our inner sanctum from those who would desecrate it. This doesn't mean we should become cold or unfeeling. Rather, it means we should cultivate a strength that allows us to say no when necessary. By doing so, we preserve our energy for those who truly deserve it and who contribute positively to our lives. The balance between kindness and boundary setting is an art that requires constant practice and vigilance. It's easy to fall into the trap of being overly accommodating, especially in a world that often equates kindness with weakness. However, true kindness is not about self-sacrifice to the point of self-destruction. It is about giving from a place of strength and abundance, while also knowing when to protect oneself from harm. Seneca's advice to associate with people who are likely to improve you serves as a guiding principle in this delicate balance. It reminds us that our associations significantly impact our well-being and personal growth. By surrounding ourselves with positive influences, we create an environment that supports our journey towards becoming the best version of ourselves. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom: to live a life of virtue, wisdom, and inner peace, while being mindful of the boundaries that protect these values. Number 7. The illusion of control, a Stoic insight. In the pursuit of control, many resort to kindness as a subtle weapon. This tactic, cloaked in benevolence, masks an underlying desire to manipulate others and orchestrate outcomes. This is a perilous illusion. The Stoics, profound thinkers of ancient wisdom, caution against such misguided endeavors. Their teachings emphasize a stark, liberating truth: we can only govern our actions and reactions. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this wisdom succinctly. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This statement serves as a powerful reminder that external events, which lie beyond our control, should not dictate our inner state. Instead, our responses to these events are where our true power resides. By focusing on our reactions, we reclaim our autonomy and detach from the futile pursuit of controlling others. When kindness is employed with the intent to control, it becomes a deceptive tool. This form of kindness is not genuine, but rather a strategic maneuver to elicit desired behaviors or outcomes from others. Such actions undermine the very essence of true kindness, which is rooted in respect and empathy. Genuine kindness seeks to uplift and support, free from ulterior motives or expectations of reciprocity. True kindness acknowledges and respects the autonomy of others. It does not seek to impose or dominate, but to connect and understand. In recognizing the independence of others, we foster genuine relationships built on mutual respect and trust. These connections are far more rewarding and sustainable than those forged through manipulation and control. The illusion of control often leads to frustration and disappointment. When our attempts to manipulate others fail, we are left grappling with the reality that we cannot dictate their actions or feelings. This realization can be disheartening, but it also presents an opportunity for growth. By embracing the Stoic principle of focusing on our reactions, we can let go of the need to control and instead cultivate inner peace and resilience. In practice, this means approaching interactions with authenticity and sincerity. Instead of using kindness as a means to an end, we can offer it freely, without strings attached. This shift in perspective transforms our relationships and interactions, fostering an environment where genuine connection and mutual respect can flourish. Ultimately, the Stoic wisdom teaches us that true control lies within. By mastering our own actions and reactions, we achieve a sense of freedom and empowerment. This inner strength allows us to navigate the complexities of life with grace and equanimity. free from the illusion of control over others. Through this lens, kindness becomes a genuine expression of our humanity, enriching our lives and the lives of those we touch. Number 8. The poison of resentment. Resentment is a poison that slowly eats away at our peace and happiness. When we extend kindness and do not receive the same in return, it can plant seeds of bitterness within us. This feeling of being wronged or unappreciated can be powerful, but it is ultimately destructive. It can cloud our judgment and taint our interactions with others. To avoid falling into this trap, we need to shift our perspective on why we are kind in the first place. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, offers profound wisdom on this matter. He once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This quote underscores the importance of maintaining our integrity and values regardless of how others treat us. By embodying this principle, we rise above pettiness and spite. Our actions should reflect our character, not be conditional upon how others behave. Kindness should be an intrinsic part of who we are, not a currency for reciprocal treatment. When we expect something in return for our goodwill, we set ourselves up for disappointment. The essence of true kindness is that it is given freely, without strings attached. This pure form of kindness is liberating because it does not depend on external validation. It comes from a place of strength and self-assurance. When we practice unconditional kindness, we cultivate inner peace. We no longer feel burdened by the actions of others because our kindness is an expression of our values, not a reaction to external stimuli. This mindset allows us to move forward with grace and dignity, unencumbered by resentment. We become resilient in the face of ingratitude and maintain our emotional equilibrium. Furthermore, holding on to resentment can lead to a cycle of negativity. It can make us suspicious and less likely to extend kindness in the future. This defensive posture can alienate us from others and diminish our capacity for compassion. By letting go of resentment, we break this cycle and open ourselves up to more positive and fulfilling interactions. Embracing the Stoic principle of being unlike those who wrong us requires conscious effort. It involves self-reflection and a commitment to personal growth. We must constantly remind ourselves that our actions define us, not the actions of others. This perspective empowers us to stay true to our values, even in the face of adversity. Ultimately, the antidote to the poison of resentment is to live by our principles. When we are kind without expecting anything in return, we free ourselves from the chains of bitterness. We become masters of our own emotional landscape, capable of navigating the complexities of human interactions with grace and strength. This is the true essence of Stoic wisdom, to be unwavering in our character regardless of the world's response. Number 9. The weight of overcommitment. Overcommitting ourselves in the name of kindness often seems like a noble endeavor. We want to help everyone, be there for others, and lend a hand whenever possible. However, this well-intentioned behavior can become a significant burden. It's like trying to fill an endless number of cups with water from a single jug. Eventually, you run out of water. When we spread ourselves too thin, we exhaust our own resources and deplete our energy, leaving little to nothing for ourselves. Seneca, the renowned Stoic philosopher, offered wisdom that speaks directly to this issue. He said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This powerful statement reminds us that life is a continuous learning journey, and part of that journey is understanding our own limits. It's not about refusing to help others or becoming selfish. It's about recognizing that to be truly effective and kind, we must first take care of ourselves. Balancing kindness with wisdom is essential. It requires a deep understanding of where our efforts and resources are most needed and where they will make the most impact. This means sometimes saying no, even when our initial instinct is to say yes. It's about being selective and strategic in our commitments, ensuring that we can give our best when we do choose to help. Understanding our limits is not a sign of weakness but a mark of self-awareness and strength. It takes courage to admit that we cannot do everything, that we have boundaries. These boundaries protect our well-being and allow us to be more present and effective in the areas where we choose to engage. By preserving our energy and resources, we can offer more genuine and sustainable support. Preserving our strength for where it is truly needed is a lesson in prioritization. Not every task or request requires our immediate attention or involvement. We must evaluate our commitments and decide where our contributions will be most valuable. This discernment ensures that our actions are impactful and that we are not simply going through the motions of being helpful. In the grand scheme of life, learning to live wisely involves recognizing that overcommitment can be as detrimental as undercommitment. Both extremes hinder our ability to live fully and meaningfully. By striking a balance, we honor our capacity for kindness without sacrificing our own health and happiness. This balance allows us to sustain our efforts and remain resilient in the face of life's demands. Ultimately, the weight of overcommitment is a burden we can choose to lighten. By embracing Seneca's advice and continuously learning how to live, we can navigate our responsibilities with wisdom and grace. This approach not only benefits us but also enhances the quality of the help we provide to others, making our kindness more effective and enduring. Number 10. The abandonment of self-control. In our pursuit of kindness, there's a fine line that must be walked, a delicate balance that must be maintained. When kindness overrides our self-control, it has the potential to lead us astray. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that true mastery comes from within, and it is this mastery that allows us to navigate the complexities of life with grace and fortitude. Without self-control, our acts of kindness can become misguided, transforming from genuine gestures of goodwill into actions driven by our unchecked emotions and impulses. Self-control is the cornerstone of the Stoic path, a fundamental principle that guides our actions and decisions. Epictetus, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, wisely declared, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This profound statement underscores the importance of self-mastery as a means to achieve true freedom. When we are in control of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we are not swayed by external forces or internal turmoil. Instead, we remain steadfast and composed, making decisions that reflect our true character and values. Kindness, when exercised with self-control, becomes a powerful testament to our inner strength. It is a deliberate choice, a conscious act that reflects our commitment to virtue and integrity. In this way, kindness is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of our ability to rise above our base instincts and act with compassion and wisdom. It is a manifestation of our inner fortitude, an embodiment of the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature and reason. However, when we allow kindness to override our self-control, we risk falling into the trap of self-sacrifice and martyrdom. Our desire to please others and avoid conflict can lead us to compromise our own values and well-being. This is not true kindness, but a surrender to our fears and insecurities. It is a relinquishment of our power and a betrayal of our authentic selves. True kindness must be rooted in self-respect and self-awareness, guided by the principles of Stoic wisdom. The journey towards self-mastery is not an easy one. It requires constant vigilance and effort, a continuous practice of self-reflection and discipline. We must learn to recognize our impulses and emotions, to understand their origins and effects, and to develop the strength to control them. This is the essence of the Stoic practice of self-control, to be aware of our inner world and to govern it with wisdom and clarity. By cultivating self-control, we empower ourselves to act with genuine kindness, untainted by ulterior motives or hidden agendas. Our kindness becomes a reflection of our true nature, a testament to our strength and virtue. It is through this mastery of self that we can truly serve others, offering them our support and compassion without compromising our own integrity. In conclusion, we must wield kindness with the precision of a warrior's blade, guided by the timeless principles of Stoicism. This ancient philosophy teaches us that true strength lies not in brute force, but in the mastery of our own emotions and actions. By embracing kindness, we are not merely adhering to social niceties, but demonstrating a profound inner fortitude. Each act of kindness, when rooted in genuine strength, becomes a testament to our resilience and self-control, reflecting the core tenets of Stoic thought. Let us be kind, but let us also be wise. Stoicism urges us to balance our benevolence with discernment, ensuring that our kindness does not become a vulnerability exploited by others. This wisdom helps us navigate the complexities of human interaction, allowing us to extend compassion without sacrificing our integrity or autonomy. In this way, kindness transforms from a simple act to a powerful tool, one that we wield with intention and clarity. Guarding our hearts and minds is paramount. Stoicism teaches us to maintain a fortress of inner strength, impervious to external turmoil. By practicing kindness from a place of strength, we protect ourselves from being swayed by the whims and manipulations of those around us. This guarded approach does not diminish our compassion. Instead, it enhances it, ensuring that our kindness is authentic and unwavering, even in the face of adversity. As we navigate the tumultuous seas of human interaction, let our kindness be a beacon of our inner mastery. Like a lighthouse guiding ships through stormy waters, our deliberate acts of compassion can illuminate the path for others, showcasing the power of a well-disciplined mind and a fortified spirit. This steadfast kindness serves as a reminder of our commitment to Stoic principles, demonstrating that true mastery lies in the ability to remain kind and composed, regardless of external circumstances. Strive not for the empty approval of the world, but for the unshakable peace that comes from within. External validation is fleeting and often superficial, while inner peace, cultivated through Stoic practice, is enduring and profound. By focusing on our inner state rather than the opinions of others, we build a foundation of tranquility and strength that no external force can disturb. This internal peace is the ultimate goal of Stoic practice, representing a state of being that is both resilient and serene. In the spirit of Stoicism, we forge our path with unwavering resolve. The journey is not always easy, but it is through facing challenges with a steadfast heart that we truly embody the principles of this philosophy. Resilience becomes our armor, and determination our compass, guiding us through life's trials with grace and poise. By adhering to Stoic virtues, we cultivate a character that is both strong and compassionate, capable of weathering any storm. Ultimately, we find that true freedom lies in this balanced approach. By combining kindness with wisdom, strength with compassion, and inner peace with resilience, we achieve a state of true freedom. This freedom is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to navigate it with a clear mind and a steadfast heart. In embracing Stoicism, we unlock the potential to live not only wisely, but deeply and meaningfully, leaving a legacy of strength and kindness for others to follow.